going to get this out the way I need to get it out. So you already know you're welcome to my channel. You're already welcome to leave a comment. You know all the things, right? In case you didn't know, I had to tell you that you're welcome to subscribe, like, and comment. I want to share something with you guys, very candid, that actually helped me when I had a bit of a frustrating moment this morning. In my frustrating moment, I had time to process it and come to a conclusion that Keisha, you have a bit of distrust with the Lord. There's an area, if we can capsulate it, put a banner or a title on it, the area that you do not give God a complete relinquish, God have your way in your prayer life is when it pertains to physical healing, physical request unto God through prayer. You are in a space where that's a place of friction for you. So I had to ask myself, what is it, even as a person that has, in my mind, pretty extraordinary faith in God? And people say you can have the gift of faith. Well, I would deem myself as someone that has the gift of faith. However, when I had time to sit in my feelings this morning, as I was talking to God, I was telling God why I did not want to go any further with, and let me be careful here, but I didn't want to go with a whole lot of verbiage in my prayer, expecting Him to change the situation that I'm dealing with these last several days with my body. And the reason why I put myself in that position to tell God that, hey, I don't believe I trust you when it comes down to asking you about physical healing or seeing a physical miracle. And I had to be honest with God because I've been on such a roller coaster ride with my body since I can remember. It's been seemingly one thing of concern to the next thing of concern with my body and my health. And then I had to realize, and we're going to talk about you in just a moment. We're going to talk about you. I had to realize that this goes further back. My issue with God not hearing my prayer for healing goes all the way back to when my dad became ill. I did not know my dad had, at the time, a terminal illness. I did not know my father had a critical health condition going on. At the age of, I was 10 when this was going on, and no one told me what was going on with my father at the time. No one told me my father had a critical, life-threatening disease. No one shared that with me. And guess what? That put an impression on me. That left an impression on me to a certain degree. It was a seed, as we say, that was planted. So, what seed was planted in your life that shook you with your perception of God? What is it that you grappled with that actually got you into a place where you believe God for all the other things, you trust God for all the other things, you love God, you're after God? However, the one thing that happened in your life. Hi, Jimmy. The one thing that happened in your life got you to where you were frustrated with what God allowed. It could have been that divorce, because I'm gonna find your address. I'm gonna find your address. It could be your divorce, the divorce. It could be the loss of that loved one, that their friend, that close relative, that you were hoping and praying that God would turn things around, but God did not turn it around. And you had a funeral to go to. Even though you have suppressed it, how that affected your faith, does not mean that you are not triggered by it. Just because you suppressed that thing that upset you or derailed you for a moment in your faith does not mean you are not triggered from time to time with that thing with God. You and I have been given through the word of God to do a couple of things. One, to cast our cares upon him, right? And number two, to cast our cares and lean not into your own understanding. And number two, he asks us to give him our minds, our bodies, our souls, meaning give him everything about you. But I bet you are just like me from time to time with that one seed that shook you up with God, and you're like, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. God, I know what you allowed. Or God, sometimes I don't even know to trust you in this thing. And I'm going to let this thing go, y'all. I don't know to trust you in this thing, God, because of what you have allowed. Because of what life is looking like right now. God, you know, I did everything I could to hold on to that dream, to that career. You know, I did. I sacrificed my time to go to school. I sacrificed my money. I'm giving an example. I sacrificed my money. I'm doing what nobody else in my family is doing. But these doors keep staying shut. And I'm over here working tooth and nail, trying to make things work out for my finances, for for the legacy, something that I don't feel is selfish. And God, you keep causing me to hit these brick walls. How about I stop trusting you with my finances? I'm not going to pay tithes. I'm not going to give offering the way people are coercing me to give it. I'm going to hold on to what feels safe. You all, I might not be saying it all the right way. I'm doing my best on this live, but I had an epiphany. I had a eureka. The light went off for me this morning. The light bulb was right in my face when I realized, like, Keisha, the type of week you had this week, dealing with what you're going through in your body, has truly ticked you off. And you are so frustrated that it seems like it's been one thing after another. You've been asking God for the miracle. You've been asking God to give you the answer. You're not even asking God to necessarily give you the cheat code to get out of that health challenge. You've just been asking God for specificities because the doctors keep letting you down, Keisha. The doctors are not giving you any conclusion, any answers. They're pacifying you. They're sending you off to the next pharmacy to get medication. You're not getting to the root of the issue. And that is ticking you off because you know God knows the root of that issue. Right? So I had to have a moment with myself. Ask myself, one, have I truly surrendered this pain over to God? Have I truly given over this concern that I have with my health over to God, meaning, God, whatever you decide, I'm fine with it. And that's not me saying I give up. That's me saying, God, I'm going to rest in you this time. God, I'm going to trust in whatever your plan is for me. And I'm going to listen. God, I've been trying to listen. I've been trying to listen when it comes down to what I need to do and what I don't need to do. I've been working hard for my health's sake. I really have. I really have. That's why I have this YouTube channel and I share what I share. But I make mistakes too. I fall to temptation as well. And I'm not always doing the right thing or doing the thing that's going to give me the best benefits. And I guarantee you, some of you all, if you listen real good, some of the decisions that we have made, God didn't want us to make those things, those decisions. He didn't want us to tap into certain decisions that we thought were okay. So, yes, now you get the divorce. But let me ask you, did you see any red flags before you married them? Did God tell you something before you even got that far in the relationship? We cannot predict this life, you guys. That's why it's so important for you and I to realize that we need God every day, like it says in His scripture. Give us our daily bread, okay? So we cannot live off of yesterday's bread. We cannot live off of even yesterday's memory or mercies. We need brand new mercies every day. I just want to deal with people who find the resistance with God, who can be honest and say, Keisha, girl, I can be honest with you, that thing that happened in my life, that thing that I observed, that I thought God was going to do something differently about, that's the trigger. That's the thing that I will not free my hands up to God. I will not freely give God this space because I don't trust him with it. I don't trust him with my health or giving me a miracle. I don't trust him with giving me what I want. Because the things that I've observed with God is pain. The thing that I have observed with God is suffering. And I'm going to tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, we do not want to suffer. I know I don't. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. If I could be honest, suffering is painful, uncomfortable, and very inconvenient. That's how I have felt about my health. I felt that my health or the lack therein robbed me of joys that I wanted for my life. What do you feel that God, knowing He didn't, but you in your mind, if you honest, you feel like God robbed you from a joy that you wanted to have. He robbed you from what you felt like was your life, your decision, your right to choose. But when God allowed that thing to be severed, never to come back together, you caught an attitude about it because you had a perception about your life that you wanted to settle for. But I'm here to tell you and I, as God is helping me get this message out, maybe God is not here for you to settle for anything less than the call and the purpose that's on your life. Yes, it's going to get dark and discouraging from time to time, but God even said He will never leave us nor forsake us. Never. So, in this honest moment, I did not mean to minister, y'all, but it just gets on me. In this moment, while we are observing our personal world and observing the public world, the general world, and a lot of us may have a moment where we're like, you know what, Father God, what's going on? What is this? This is not rendering motivation to believe in anything being different. This is not motivating me or inspiring me to continue to pray for this thing because my child still wants to do what they want to do. No matter how hard I pray, no matter how hard I'm fasting, they are still disrespectful. They are still not showing that they are coming this way to receive truth. They want to stay in darkness, guys. So how am I? I don't even want to pray about it no more. I know y'all are exhausted, some of you. I know from time to time, the people that you do life with are the very ones when it comes down to that one seed that really hurt you in your life, the significant seed that hurt you in your life. It's funny that the people in your life, your friends, co-workers, family members, church members, associates, isn't it funny that with all those people doing life with you, they seem to not hit the bull's eye of your issue that you're having with that thing that God did not answer the way you wanted him to answer it. Isn't that funny that you're doing life with all these people? They can love on you, but when it comes down to hitting the bull's eye of conversation about that thing, when it comes down to hitting the core relatability, they don't even know how to relate to you. Because that seed was so significant, that pain was so significant, that event in your life was so significant. Even though it's nothing new under the sun, is yet significant with the people that you do life with, but they are not hitting the bull's eye to have that relatability conversation, nor are they able to give you all the things that probably make you feel relief with that disappointment. You feel like you need to be seen by the people that have done life with you over and over again, but they don't even see you. They don't even see the new you, the evolved you, the one that had to go through the pain, the one that had to go through the disappointment and the embarrassment and the shame. They will support you, yes, but they're not hitting the bullseye. They're not hitting the root of what actually got you to feeling how you're feeling. So you suppress it. You sweep it under the rug. And for some of us, we just praise our way through as if you don't have that doggone trigger. I don't know why I said doggone, but you're parading around, keeping it a secret. But I'm here to tell you that God knows how to deal with your pain and bring purpose to it. He will use a stranger to connect with you. He will use social media people who are talking your language and getting you to where you need to go. He will help you while you are processing that pain through and introduce you to the community, to the people, to the voices, to the hearts that's going to get you to where you are. And if you aren't feeling like your community is a real community, believe you me, your pain has purpose. Your pain is not the dead end. I'm telling you from experience. It's going to create a space for you if you give it over to God. It's going to create a space for you to make your own table for people to gather. If they're not making a table for you to express your hurt because of the divorce, because of the loss, because of the sickness, because of the challenge, because of the disappointment, the shame, the embarrassment, if they are not creating a table for you and inviting you to it, create your own table because you can. Do it even if it seems like you're talking to yourself. Do it even if you're feeling as if, man, nobody is coming, nobody's paying attention. I've been feeling that way for years. People have misinterpreted limited my expression for years. Why? Why? Because possibly my message wasn't for them. Why? Because there are so many people that are into the passerby type of relationships. They're not into getting to the roots of life. They're not into getting to the core value of what makes you who you are. A lot of people just want convenience in relationships, but some of us can't have convenience all the time. Some of us are so complex, okay? I tell people this all the time. You think people are simple? When you are simply mistaken. We are not simple. We are complex beings, very complex. But a lot of us don't want to be patient in our relationships with each other to even find out how we even operate, how we even move where it matters. No fluff, but where it matters. So as I end this live, I want to tell you this. You don't have to hide that pain no more. Respectfully so. Respectfully so. You do not have to parade around like you're okay, and you know that thing, that one significant seed that truly created a picture with you and God. It created Lord, let me get the words out. Resistance. It caused doubt to maximize and magnify. It caused you to cop an attitude with God, right? For like you have a slip of the tongue from time to time, like I may, like I've had. I've had a slip of the tongue where y'all, I was dealing with like grief after grief after grief after grief after grief, shock after shock, trauma after trauma, right? I was dealing with all those things for a season of 4 years. And I had a slip of the tongue that was an indicator to let me know that you've been suppressing some stuff with God. And He sees that. And the slip of the tongue was God, and I can't believe I said this, but I saw something pass away before my eyes. There was no warning, no introduction. It just was dying right in front of my face on a regular schmegler day. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. So what's the straw that broke the camel's back for you? Is there one? Is there a straw that broke the camel's back in your faith, but you still moving on in faith? If you have that going on in your life, as I end this, you guys, 'cause I'm talking a lot. If you have that in your life and you have experienced that, you are not alone. But we can get over that curve. We can go away from all the noise and really cast our cares to God and become vulnerable in that space and say, God, I'm sorry, I didn't trust you in this. God, I got a grudge against you with this one. I feel slighted, God. I feel like you abandoned me with this thing. That's the real thing that we need to be talking about as Christian believers. Now that this guy is cutting my grass, I gotta go because I don't want the big distraction anymore. Okay, so you all have a great and wonderful day. You are invited to join this channel, subscribe, leave a comment. Know that I'm imperfect, but I'm trying to walk this life out the best way I can by helping you guys through book form. I did write a book, so through book form, I'm trying to help those that are willing to purchase this book, where it's more on the memoir end. However, it's a book about you. It's a book for you, and it's a book that's going to help you feel seen. It's called Icon, EIKON, The Life You Can't Imagine. It's available on Barnes& and Noble's website, and it's available on Amazon's website, as well as my personal website, KeishaCovington.com. Keisha with no I. It's KESHA, Covington.com. calm. Let's heal together, you guys. Let's be transparent. Let's get to the place that God wants us to be in so that the enemy can stop having so much of a foothold and we are being oblivious to it. We don't want to be oblivious to what the enemy is doing and how he wants to orchestrate doubt in our hearts and in our minds. How he wants to orchestrate resistance with God, meaning we're not giving God all of us, everything about us on a daily. I hope you guys are encouraged. Y'all take care.